Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a new Metro Police Area Command Center opens in Summerlin, and Ward 2 residents take advantage of some hands-on emergency training. The councilwoman who represents Ward 2, of course, is Victoria Seaman. She joins me now. Councilwoman, welcome back. How are you?
So good to be here with you.
It's good to see you. Is this your first show of the new year?
It is.
It is. Well, Happy New Year then.
Happy New Year to you
good
as
to
well.
see you here. 2020 is off and running, and a lot going on in Ward 2. It's been a busy 6 weeks since you were on the show last time around.
It sure has.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of different events and training, and I'm just excited. I love Ward 2. It's a great place to be.
It is, and I am a Ward 2 resident, as you are, and we love where we live. So we know where it is. If you're not exactly sure where Ward 2 is located, well, no problem. We're going to show you right there on the map. It's the area appropriately with the 2 on it. It's an area in the west side of our city, basically west of the Rainbow Curve. If you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas, and you are represented, if you're a resident out there, by Victoria Seaman. That area west of the 215, where the 2 is on the map, that area is really, really growing right now.
It's growing, and we just got our new command center, and I am more than excited. I think Ward 2 residents have waited a long time for this, and it's going to be very exciting. We have Sasha Larkin, Captain Sasha Larkin, who is heading it, and she is a go-getter. So really excited to work with her.
And in fact, that's a perfect beginning, because you posted this on Facebook. You said, so thankful that Captain Sasha Larkin will be in charge of the new Summerlin Area Command, which covers all of Ward 2. That's Sasha right there. She's been a great partner. She's been in command of the Northwest Command Center, and now that area had gotten so big with so many new people moving out there that Metro split the area command. So there's a Summerlin Area Command, and now there's a Northwest Area Command, and Sasha will be in charge of the Summerlin Area Command, where you and I live. So that's a great turnout for the dedication that day.
It was fabulous. Weather was a little windy,
but that was
January
January 29th, that Wednesday the 29th. And it's a tad breezy, but boy, it's a beautiful facility out there, and it's just going to make sure it's going to help response times in the Summerlin area. If you call for police, you need some help, they're going to be able to get there a lot quicker than they did.
Right,
in the
right
past.
in the heart of Ward 2.
Right. There you are there with the sheriff, the mayor, of course, in attendance. And for people that don't know, every first Tuesday, the area commands have a meet and greet where you can come out and meet the officers that patrol your area, and also the officers that are in command of those that patrol your area.
And this one will as well have a first Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month. I think it's at 5:30 begins.
They kick off.
You get to meet the officers. It's a great way to have a relationship with your with the officers.
Exactly, and they also get to hear what the issues are within your neighborhood. You attend there. I mean, obviously they're going to have some information to tell you about ways you can keep your home, your car, etc. safe, your families. At the same time, they want to hear what issues you're having.
They want to hear what issues you're having, and they want to answer your questions.
For sure.
So I think it's really important that if you haven't been to a First Tuesday, now that it's in Ward 2 in Summerlin, I hope the Ward 2 residents will go out there.
Check it out. Check it out. And glad that Sasha Larkin's in charge. She is a real champion. Been a great partner with the city, and we were lucky to get her in the Summerlin area.
Couldn't have asked for a better captain.
Exactly. Keeping with our police theme, you posted this on Facebook. You said, as a daughter and wife of those who served in law enforcement, my commitment of support is never ending to our officers and their families. And this was a wonderful event. This was a Police Appreciation Day event that took place back on January 11th. This was out at Police Memorial Park. A big to-do that day. Law enforcement from all over Southern Nevada was represented at this.
And I think every year we see the attendance grow because of the effort that Metro is making with the community on the relationship. And it's so important that people come out and meet these officers and their families. They do go through great sacrifices.
Yeah, they surely do. And of course, our city marshals are a big part of this as well. They patrol the parks, city facilities. There are hundreds and hundreds of acres of city park and facilities that they have to patrol as well. So that takes the pressure off of Metro. They can concentrate on what they need to worry about, and our folks will take care of the city properties as well.
Yeah, and I just hope that when you see an officer, whether it be a marshal or Metro, just thank them for their service.
Yeah, it's a hard job, needless to
It
say.
really
I think
is.
we're all certainly aware of just the difficulties that they face, no matter what community they serve in these days.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah. So we paused to represent them and remember them. That was on January 11th. And then, Councilwoman, of course, one of the things that's dominated the news and the headlines, something you posted on Facebook, you said, usually when I attend a shared Veterans Village event with Arnold Stock, it's to celebrate the opening of a new village, but today, unfortunately, it was to mourn a tragedy. Of course, we're talking about the Alpine fire that took place just before Christmas. 6 people lost their lives in that. Many others were hurt, and dozens were displaced from that fire.
And I think this was a great thing that Arnie Stock put together with the Downtown Alliance to not only recognize the heroes that help people survive, but to also support the families of those who are deceased.
Yeah, it was a tough situation. And of course, Councilwoman, we should probably say, as a result of that fire, the city is taking some aggressive steps to see that a tragedy like that never happens again. And we're going to really talk about the council, obviously, is toughening up our ordinances that have sway over these multifamily properties, apartment complexes, small motels, etc.
Right. The steps that we're taking are very important to prevent any future tragedies.
Yeah. A lot of that onus is going to be put back on the property owners, and also the city is going to be stepping up its inspections process to visit those properties.
Which is very important.
Especially the older properties. This property was built a number of years ago, back in the 70s, and those properties are the ones that we're really going to focus on. The ones that are newer tend not to have as many issues, but it's the older properties, especially those that have changed hands in ownership and management many times over the years. They tend to be the ones that we're the most concerned about. So a lot of changes on the way. Yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you didn't know this, that City of Las Vegas has a sister city in South Korea. Did you know that? Yes, it's Ansan, South Korea. And in fact, we had a delegation from Ansan visited us not too long ago, and we have Ansan Park, which is in Ward 2. Yeah, there you are with the delegation.
Yes, I was so excited that they came. Really got to have a long conversation with the mayor about the Sister City Park, and I think one of their goals is to renew that relationship with our sister city, and they gave us some input about some of the things that they would like to see done with Ansan Park here.
Right.
And we are giving our parks an uplift, so it was really a perfect time. And I just want to say that I'm excited about the Las Vegas Park over in Ansan.
Yeah, that's right. Right. We have one there, and they have one here. Yeah, right.
They're doing some uplifting over there, some facelift to that park, and they're sending me pictures, and it's just great. The relationship between us is being renewed.
Yeah, that goes back a number of years, probably 20 or 25 years, something like that. It goes way back.
Correct, back to when Mayor Jan Jones
was in office. Yeah,
and she actually took a trip out there with a delegation to the Sister City Park back then.
Heard it's beautiful, never been myself, but maybe
the pictures are certainly beautiful.
Exactly. So Ansan, if you didn't know, is our sister city in South Korea, and they have a park dedicated to them here in Ward 2, and they dedicated a park over there to the city of Las Vegas. So gotta go check out Las Vegas Park there in Ansan one of these days.
Really excited about what we're going to do with that park. You know, we're going to make some big improvements, and then they'll be back to see it.
Exactly. Well, one of the things that the city has where we take great pride in is our specialty courts. These are courts that deal with people who tend to be repeat offenders, and so we work on how do we break that cycle of what's known as recidivism, where people keep coming back through the system. So you posted this on Facebook. I love that you said, I was honored to attend Judge Cynthia Leung's court today for Kelly's graduation ceremony to present a certificate from Mayor Goodman at WIN Court, and WIN stands for Women in Need Court. These are women who tend to have drug issues, maybe prostitution issues. They're through the system repeatedly. And so Judge Leung's court works to try to break that cycle, get them headed in the right direction. And so many people like Kelly we just saw have come through with flying colors.
And without this court, they will end up incarcerated again because we're not looking at some of the issues that they are struggling with. So I just commend Judge Leong for the great job that she's doing. And I love going to the graduations, and I will continue to go to as many as I can because it's so important to support these women.
And it's uplifting, too. These are folks that have had some rough patches in their lives, but have made amazing recoveries and turns to get their lives.
They just need a little help.
Exactly right.
Just a little help.
And that was the idea, and the court has helped them get there, and that's the idea. We have several other courts. We have a youth offender court for young people.
Veterans court.
Veterans as well. And we also have a traffic court for people who tend to be through that system a lot too. So anyway, the idea is to
these
break.
Specialty courts are so important, and I hope that across the U.S. they're following suit and looking at what we're doing here as an example where we're changing people's lives.
Because that's been the success, is that it's helped break those cycles of people just coming back through the system again and again and again.
That's correct.
And Councilwoman, you know, Ward 2 is a happening place, as you well know. You posted this on Facebook. You said it was an honor to attend the ribbon cutting ceremony for Forward Line Financial's new office opening. We got a lot of new businesses that are coming out to Ward 2 these days.
A lot of new businesses.
There you are, cutting the ribbon. That's nice.
Yes, I'm so happy to encourage people to come and do business in Ward 2. And as you know, we are supporting them with our Small Business Sundays.
Yes, tell everybody about that. If they haven't seen it on social media, this is really great because you know what? I've learned a lot because there's so many new businesses opening in the ward. It's like, I didn't know we had this and that and everything. But you highlight a new business every Sunday, right?
Right. Every Sunday you'll see posted on our social media someone's business in the ward because they've reached out to us, and we're happy to go and film them and talk about what they do. And it's just a conversation about what they do. Like you said, we're learning about different businesses in Ward 2 that we didn't know about and what they specialize in. So we encourage people to contact my office and we'll schedule to go out. And it's become so popular that people wait for Sunday morning around 10 o'clock to see who we're posting.
And here's the information here. If you run a small business, work at a small business, and you want to be highlighted by Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, boy, we'd love to hear from you. That's how to reach out to us, 702-229-2420 or ward2 at lasvegasnevada.gov. We'll have that information up on the screen again before the end of the show as well. So, but you've had great response to that, haven't you?
It's absolutely fabulous that businesses are reaching out to us, and they want us to feature them in our social media.
And it's great because there's so much happening in the city. Sometimes small business doesn't get the attention that, you know, if you're going to open a big office complex. But when they do, it's nice. Some of them are just like right around the corner from where you live, and it's like, well, I didn't know that that existed.
Yeah, and no matter how small or how big, contact our office. We'd love to help you with the ribbon cutting and featuring you on our Small Business Sunday.
Forward Line, a little bigger company. They're a financial advisor. Is that what they do?
That's
there?
right. They actually help small businesses. And they're a great company. They came from California. They still have an office in California, but now they have a branch here in Nevada.
That's terrific, and located right in Ward 2, so that's great. That's always a good thing. Councilwoman, you are always out there in the community in contact with your constituents, wanting to hear what they have to say. Recently, you had a town hall at Piccoli Ranch. Took place back in January. This was on the 16th, in fact, and you do this across the ward, don't you? Get out there and give people a chance to meet you and talk about their issues.
I do, and what's so exciting is now we're having the different HOAs contact my office for me to come out and meet their constituents over in their HOA, which is really nice that they're reaching out to me because they know that I'm very engaged with the ward.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's just, those are wonderful opportunities, everyone. If you have an issue, you want to talk to the councilwoman, you want to know kind of what's going on, what are the plans that the city has for this or that, it's a great opportunity to get that feedback.
It is a great opportunity.
And you were everywhere this time around. You also posted this on Facebook. I love it. It said, a fun day on Big Red with the Las Vegas firefighters, our chief, and my city council colleagues. That is a wonderful parade. Took place on January 20th this year. More than 10,000 attended this year.
Well attended. Very nice. It's always great to see the mayors.
They're, of course, in the pink Cadillac. You guys are on Big Red. There you are. That's our vintage fire truck from way back in the day. And
they let me blow the horn.
Yeah, nice, nice. Big Red is stored over at Fire Station 5.
That's
which
a
is,
great truck.
Yeah, and it's just, if you haven't seen it, it's a little piece of history still rolling. So, and then, Councilwoman, we were talking about you're out in touch with the public, getting out there. You have this program called Breakfast Buzz. You did one at Mimi's. This took place back here just a few weeks ago. That's at Fort Apache and Charleston. I think everybody probably lives in the area knows where Mimi's is located. And this was an opportunity for you to get out there and just kind of break bread with your constituents. Again, the idea to hear from them, let them talk about the issues they have, ask questions, and just to get to know them. There you are.
This has been a great success. We started this in August, and so once a month we have this Breakfast Buzz, Ward 2 Biz. And what's so nice is we see a lot of new faces every month, and that's important. And my staff comes and they, take different issues and concerns, and we just love getting out and meeting the people in Ward 2.
Yeah, that's pretty well attended too. That's a nice turnout, and that you generally get somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20, 25 people at these each time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, and again, folks, we'll keep you posted on these. I'll have it on Councilwoman's webpage. It's a great opportunity to just come out, get to know her, get to know some of your neighbors, and talk about some common issues so we can make the community better. That's always what we're working to do, so at least trying. Anyway, well, Councilwoman, we have a special guest that we're going to introduce here this morning on this show. So we want to tell you we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, you'll meet the newest member of the Ward 2 team. That's next, so please stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're gonna take the laces, we're gonna cross them over, we're gonna turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Welcome back, everyone. Ward 2 has a new staff member on the team. We have Joe Tuzolino with us in studio, and we'd like to introduce him to you as well. Councilwoman, Joe, he's a new member of your team.
A new member of my team, and you always know how they're doing when constituents call you up and tell you how excited they are to have spoken to him and how he's getting things done in the ward. So I'm really excited to introduce you to Joe.
Yeah, we love to do this because when you contact the office, obviously Councilwoman has many things going on, so sometimes you'll end up talking to her staff, and we want to put names with faces, and so Joe is going to be one of the people who is going to be helping manage the many things going on in Ward 2 that the Councilwoman is working on. Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you lived in Las Vegas? Give us a little bit of background.
Absolutely, yes. So I've born and raised in Las Vegas. I went to Spring Valley High School. Been here. I've used to live in the ward as well, looking to make my way back, and just very excited to get going with the daily of Ward 2.
Very good, very good. And when people contact the office, I mean, obviously, Councilwoman, one of your priorities is that we get on the issue and try to solve it as quickly as possible. Joe, what are the things that you're primarily hearing from folks out in Ward 2 right now when they contact the office?
Sure. It's a variety of things. It could be anything from a street light being out that we need to fix to make sure somebody can obviously see as they're driving on the road, to a dog park issue, making sure that animal control is going around enough to make sure that everybody's staying safe, because public safety is our first and foremost of anything.
Exactly right. So well said. And the city, we've got our hand in a lot of different things. So yeah, the needs run the gamut of the things out there that we're called upon to take care of. Councilman, I think you pride yourself on bringing people in who are really service oriented. Your whole team, you've got Dave McGowan, you got Brianna. They're really, really good folks, and now you got Joe as well.
And I couldn't be happier. Again, you know, when you hear back from the public about how much they love your staff, then you know that you have the right team. And we all just seem to work really well together. And
that bridge between the public and the city is so important.
It's crucial.
It is. And I think sometimes, Joe, and maybe you've run into this, people have an impression of government that we're not very responsive, that we're really not interested in solving their problems, and sometimes it's just hard to even talk to any of us. We want to break that mold, right, and break that image and show that, no, we're about service and taking care of what you need as quickly as possible, right?
Right. No, I mean, when people call in, it's very important to make sure that we communicate with them throughout the process. So that's through email. Every time we get a department response, to make sure they're updated on that, because these people just want to make sure their community is safe and that everybody's abiding by the same rules and regulations. We want to build that trust and give them that voice.
Joe, when people contact the office, what are some things that that would be helpful so that we can serve them quicker, faster, better?
Right. So honestly, some of the simpler things are just giving us all of your information, your address, to make sure that you're obviously in the ward. Take pictures if you can of whatever the problem may be, because that does expedite the process. Otherwise, I have to go out there myself and do it. I don't mind, but we just want to make sure it gets done quick as possible. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the idea. That's exactly.
So those are the main things, just the generic things that people forget to send in.
So how's it been going so far? You're brand new, so so far so good.
Yeah, no, it's been going great. I mean, obviously being grown up here in Las Vegas, I just want to make sure that I communicate anything that I would want to myself, just the golden rule, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, Very good, very good. Yeah, well done, Councilwoman. You found good staff. You got three great
I did, and what was so nice is in our meeting with the delegation from Anson, we found out that Joe is part Korean.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So he was able to say a few words for us.
So very good, very good. Now Tuzolino sounds a little Italian to me.
Right.
So Italian, Korean. You know, that is a typical Las Vegas kind of person, because we have a lot of diversity in our city.
Right. So we were really excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Joe, listen, best of luck to you in the new job. Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye here tonight? Some helpful hints to the constituents out there. I think you got some good ones. Make sure we have all your information. Just don't assume that we can kind of know exactly what you're talking about. Give us the detail and we'll get on it.
Right.
So
more details, the better. And I mean, whenever you need anything, just reach out to us and we'll be there.
Exactly. Councilman, I've heard so many of you folks on the council say, if the constituents don't reach out to us, well, shame on you, because that's our job. We're here to fix it. But if you do reach out to us and we don't do anything, then shame on us. And that's our goal, is to always make sure that we take care of them.
Yes, and you're only as good as your staff. And I'm very proud of my staff, and I'm very proud of the city. The city, the employees here are amazing. They do an amazing job. When we reach out to them for issues, they are on it. So I couldn't think of a better place to be.
Well, we're glad you're here. You as well, Joe. Best of luck to you. And we want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, you can always find her on Facebook and Twitter. You saw she was very active. You can also just contact her by picking up the phone. We still have those around here, as Joe well knows, 702-229-2420. Or you can send her an email. Her address here at the city is vseaman at lasvegasnevada.gov. And she or Joe or David or Brianna will get right back to you. So, Joe, best of luck to you. Thanks for being on the program. I'll get an update from you in the future about how things are going. And we'll see you back here in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 2. A lot going on.
Looking forward
in our
to
neck of the woods, exactly. Thanks to you both. And we want to thank you out there. Don't miss our next show beginning on February 13th with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. As we close this show, we leave you with a look at the Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, training that took place back in Ward 2, given to the Ward 2 residents. And as you'll see, Councilwoman Seaman not only had a great time, but she learned a lot there, as everyone else did. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.
Today we had an emergency preparedness class, and I was just amazed at how many people showed up that really care about our community and public safety. In the short time that I was here, I've learned so much. Really how to help people with their injuries, things that I didn't know that are pretty simple, but unless you know them, you're not going to be able to use them. I'm so excited about how many people showed up for this class. It's amazing how many people are eager to learn and want the knowledge in case of an emergency.